Hey everybody, you're watching a physio named Jonah. That's this guy. Recently I released a collaboration video with Hydrogun, I'll link it over there if you want to go check it out, which marked the 50th video that I've made for this YouTube channel. Because of this, I wanted to take a moment here to take a loosely organized look back at the first 50 videos that I made for this channel. I mean, who knows, maybe I'll make it a tradition and every 50 videos look back like this. Probably shouldn't count my chickens though. Now, I write and plan all of my videos ahead of time so that everything flows as smoothly as possible to make my editing process go a little bit easier as well. But for today, I haven't scripted everything super specifically. It's gonna feel a little bit looser, a little more off the cuff, which is kind of what I was going for, since I wanted to just be a bit of a, a look back, a conversational look back at the first 50 videos that I've made for this channel. I'm going to be talking about how I make these videos, from the editing process, writing process, planning, music, sort of filming, the whole setup. I want to talk about some highlights, some things that I'm really proud of, some things that I want to keep moving forward to, who I have some huge thank yous to send out to, and overall just a big behind the scenes. So why don't we go ahead and kick things off with the setup that I use when I make these videos in the first place. I shoot down here in our music room, which is in the basement of the house that Nicole and I own. So always to my left is my piano, and then we have our guitars over on the wall. I actually have to move the electric guitar and amp out of the corner so that's not in the bottom right side of the shot there, otherwise it would be right there. This chair is actually always over in that side of the room. I'll probably take a video of how this room is normally laid out. So I have to pick it up and move it over to here because I like the backdrop of this wall, and this chair is nice. It's kind of a staple of this whole setup. It's cool because this is a totally different setup than where I used to shoot. When Nicole and I lived in Toronto, in our basement apartment in Toronto, I would just film on our couch, which was in the living room, but basically the one room that was in the apartment. It had a kitchen and a bedroom off of that, but it was basically just one big room that had the couch in it. The light that you're seeing in the center here, I'll take a video of that. That is a ring light. That's the newest addition to my whole setup. The cat is pawing at the door. I haven't had a ring light before using this one. I just was using natural light coming in from the windows behind here. There's a video from my perspective. And I'm just using a tripod that way. When we lived in Toronto, there wasn't really a natural light to use, so I just used the overhead lighting. Wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst part of my setup at that point, I don't think, which for the first video was that I didn't even have a tripod yet. I definitely didn't have a microphone. Talking quickly about equipment that I use, this is a new ring light that my mom got for me for my birthday, so thank you, Mom. This is the first, again, lighting that I now have. The camera that I use is a DSLR camera, or classic sort of camera with adjustable lens. It's an EOS 7D Canon, which was a gift from my dad, so thank you for that. And then the microphone on top is a Taxstar microphone, which was a gift from my brother. So basically I have just been receiving gifts to do this YouTube channel from my family. I'm a very supportive family. Thank you guys very much. There have been some other places that I've shot videos. I've shot some at my dad's house, some at my brother's apartment in Toronto, others just randomly spaced around this house as well, or in my backyard. Sorry, neighbors. One thing I'm really looking forward to is now that I have a light, I can open up a few more different shots and angles because I don't have to use the front lighting coming in quite as often. So it should make it a little bit more malleable in terms of where I place shots in different areas, and not having to worry quite as much where the light is coming from. So you may see a different couple setups moving forward with this channel, which I'm looking forward to getting creative with that. Summarizing though, I have a pretty straightforward YouTuber setup at this point that has even progressed a fair bit since when I started. I've always used the same camera, but I have added on microphone, tripod, light after that point. It's all been kind of just developing as it comes along. Pretty happy with my studio setup I have at this point. Would like to add a few things as we keep going, but that's one of the cool things about YouTube and about learning how to do this, is that the setup just keeps improving as you do more of it, right? So I edit all of my own videos, and this is the part where you say, what? I didn't know that. I couldn't have told you edit all your own videos. You must have like a professional video editor or something, right? Right? I use iMovie to edit all of my own videos. I use it on my MacBook Pro that I've had for quite a few years at this point. I'm gonna try and do a setup here where you can see me in the top corner, and like down below is what it looks like when I'm editing a video, kind of splicing clips together and through there. Wow, look at all that. What a neat editing setup. Look at that. That's got an audio file down there. We got some video files. Cool. I think looking back, I would say that editing these videos and learning how to edit them in the first place is probably the steepest learning curve that I had during the first 50 videos, especially around the start. When I look back at the first few videos I made, number one, I was very much still learning the basic steps of editing. I'm definitely not pro by any means at this point, but it's gotten a lot smoother. For context, the first two videos that I made, the mobility versus stability video and the just right reaction video, both of those took me weeks to edit, where I was spending a lot of time at any one given point just trying to figure out how to clip certain things or make an overlay or how to line up audio files and stuff like that. It was definitely a process. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. On how to make YouTube videos as I was learning to make my YouTube videos. Speaking of meta, I'm actually still surprised sometimes by how quickly editing can move along, which is really nice because it makes it a little more enticing to add some different sort of more creative edits in, I would say, where early on, even just making a text overlay of how to get words or an image to appear in iMovie was a very big task. And now I feel a lot more confident with how to do that. So what I do for my process right now, again, not a professional editing software by any means, is I use Keynote and I make image or video files or overlays in Keynote or through that software, export them to my computer, then import them into iMovie and then lay them over top. So anytime you see something that's over here like this, whatever I decide to put over here later, this is something that I would make in Keynote, export into a file, then drop onto here. A lot of PNG files, learning what PNG files are in the first place. And then once it's there, again, even just learning how to export it and put it onto YouTube took some time at the start. Now it's gotten a lot smoother, which is great. It's actually pretty fun because it is a totally new skill, something that I didn't really know much of how to do at all before, and has become something that I really enjoy as I do in this channel, because I do all of my own editing for this and I want to just keep getting better at how to make these videos look better, look more professional, so that I can, give you guys the best educational experiences and hopefully entertaining experiences that I possibly can in a physiotherapy light. So music is something that I love. I have always loved music. I've always played music. It's always been a very important part of my life. So it's also a fairly important part of this channel and how I feel about, videos when I make them. Since the start of making this channel, I've wanted it to be, personal, feel like it has my grubby little fingerprints all over every part of the video that I can, which is why I think it was for maybe the second or third video I made that I wrote that little title theme song, the part that I play over the intros when I did a lot of the early videos, or that I'll put over the first and last segments of the video. It's this little guitar piano combo clip that I'll play right now. The other music that I use a lot of, and a couple of my friends commented on this in my YouTube videos, is video game music. Video games are something that I've always enjoyed, loved, and also video game music is royalty free, so you can play it, you can't just play any song on YouTube because there are royalties associated with it, where video game music does not have that. So it's a pretty easy fit for background music. The way that I try and make that personal is that I just use basically my favorite video games or video game soundtracks as the background. So everything that you hear behind the video is something that I've played and enjoyed in the past and I thought would be a good fit, or something that I made. So moving forward, something I would really like to do is write more music for the channel. I think it'd be nice to learn how to use Rock Band a little bit better. Garage Band, not Rock Band. Not Rock Band. I don't need to learn how to use Rock Band any better. It would be nice to use GarageBand a little bit more to make more for the channel, so that I actually have a few more sort of guitar, piano pieces that are just made by me for background music. So look out for those in the future, because that is something I'd like to do more of. A fun little Easter egg that I throw into a lot of the desk videos that I do, because I have that desk set up where I just personalize it as I go along. I had little sketches and things. You can see Nicole and I's little engagement thing in the corner. I include on the phone picture there, often a album that I was listening to while I was editing the video or while I was making it, or just something that I'm super into. So there's been some Florida Georgia Line on there, a lot of video game lo-fi soundtracks that grace our Spotify all the time because of me while I'm editing. So check those out and you'll get an idea of what I'm listening to at the same time as I'm making the video that you're watching. Little Easter eggs. I like throwing in the little personal touches. As of right now, I don't really have a set writing plan or schedule or really strong structure for how I make videos on a regular basis. And I should have one of those, or at least more of a semblance of one of those. Basically, I think of most of my ideas when I'm like driving to work or when I'm at work doing the job that I'm now YouTubing about and talking about. My fiance Nicole is also a huge source of ideas where we will have discussions about things. She might say, hey, that would be a good idea for our video, or I'll bounce ideas off of her. She's a very good litmus test for yes, this is a good idea, or maybe not the best idea, maybe try and spend your time elsewhere. But basically, once I think of an idea, I have a big sheet where I'll just add different ideas that I have in together. I love taking commenter ideas. I've had a couple that have come in through there. That's been a lot of fun to feel like there's a bit of a communication between this side of the camera and all of you on the other side of this that I can't see but are listening right now. Hi guys. So once I get the idea, I go in and just start writing it out. I've gotten a lot quicker, more comfortable writing videos quicker, going back and doing a few takes to try and make it just flow as seamlessly as possible. I don't script it so that I read it word for word. I'll write it out, and as I, talk it like this right now, I tend to go mostly flow. I'll try and do a few sentences at a time, get a nice rhythm for a few thoughts out, but not script the entire thing so it doesn't sound too scripted, hopefully. I want it to sound conversational, but I have all my ideas in order behind the scenes. Back to the planning. Back when I started this channel, which was right before the first COVID lockdown in Canada, I think it was early March when my first video came out, I had a very strict schedule of when things were coming out. I had planned it out 4 or 5 weeks in advance, and that was working great at the time. It's been a little harder since having a house and full-time work here in Sudbury, which is not a complaint at all. I'm more than happy to have both of those things, but it has made scheduling things out, I'd say, a little bit more scattershot. So again, something I want to do better as I move forward is get a better sense of rhythm or schedule as I make these videos, write them, plan them, shoot them, and produce them for you guys. Oh, that reminds me, recommendations, always helpful. So if you guys are watching my videos and you have an idea for, oh, I'm wondering about this, or I'd love a physio would talk about this, definitely let me know, because that is a very valuable source of, video ideas for me. What do you guys want to see? What are you interested in? The first one that I just loved making this video, doing this video, I thought it was really fun, was the Sitting is the New Smoking video. That I filmed a lot of the clips at my brother's apartment at the time, and in fact, that video has maybe one of my favorite video clips that I have on my computer at this point, which is Noah fighting the chair on his deck at his apartment. Awesome. Funny about that video actually is I spent so much time planning the skits and all the little things in between that I did a terrible job planning the actual scripted segments where I talked about it, and there was just no organization. So I edited it all together and just really hated the way that it sounded and was gonna trash it. And Nicole said, it's okay, just step back. Thank you, Nicole, for being a great support as always. Just step back, go and just plan out and reshoot the studio segments and then just re-edit it. And I think it was worth it because I love the way that video turned out, but that's totally just me. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I have a major soft spot for the Game Boy disease video, which might be the least viewed video on my channel that's public, and that is totally fine by me because I had such a fun time making it. The intro in that one, where I simultaneously play my like father and past self as me as like a 25-year-old, is so stupid. You might get Game Boy disease. Wait, is that really a thing? And meta, and I just loved it. My little Ash Ketchum hat. The concept I thought was kind of fun as well, so again, one that has a major soft spot in my heart. I would say early on, one of the coolest videos just in terms of support that I got for it was the What Does Physio Mean to Me, where I had multiple colleagues or other physios that I know submit videos for the Physio Month video in May of 2020 during the first COVID lockdown. Something really fun or special about that video too is Nicole and I filmed that whole intro and filming that together was really, really fun. You know, working together on not messing up our lines because we tried to do it as one big continuous shot. So it took a lot of basically me messing it up. I wanted to create a video sharing some unique perspectives on what makes the profession that we both share so special. We start again? Hey everyone! Where we had to go back and retake it again. But super proud of how that whole thing came together. And again, the most people that I have in on one video at this point still, so something I'm very proud of with that one too. The isometric, concentric, eccentric video is very interesting to me because at this point it is far and away the most viewed video on this channel, which is really, really cool and also remarkably unexpected because when I made it, I didn't know if it was going to have a lot of interest. It seemed a little bit too technical, but I was trying to have fun with it and make it, and I'm glad so many people have identified with it and appreciated the educational side of things. I did film that one on my birthday, which was kind of funny too, in May of 2020. So it has a special place in my heart for that one as well. Again, didn't expect that to be in the first 50 videos, the one that was the most viewed by any means, but I'm really happy about it. Hey everyone, welcome to the video. My name is Jonah. The first two videos that I ever made, the Just Right reaction video and the stable mobile joints, well, I will always look back on with a lot of fondness because they were just me learning how to do the whole thing. If you watch the very first one, the mobile versus stable joints, you can tell that I don't have a tripod based on the angle the camera is at. So what I did, and I should have taken a picture of the setup, was I had a chair in front of our dresser in the basement, and I had a pillow on top of it, so that was resting, holding the front of the camera up to keep it straight, face at it, because I couldn't figure out where else to set it up where I could actually talk to it. I also hadn't figured out how to focus the camera a lot in that one, so it's definitely not as in focus as I would like to looking back. And the Just Right reaction video, so much fun to make it. Oh my gosh, I had such a challenge editing it because I didn't know how to put the clips together, learning how to put clips into the thing that took just way longer than it should have. But a lot of lessons learned in the first two videos where it was editing for long periods of time to try and get it all together. The Christmas video and the clamshells video, two videos that I'm super proud of and honestly just had a lot of fun with because they were more musical focused. Having the song for the Christmas video and then having the actual, singing with the guitar and doing that little parody of A Great Sound of Music song for the clamshells. A lot of fun with those two. I might try and include more music again in the channel as I move forward, maybe incorporate again either more guitar or some piano, whatever. Might be something to keep your eyes peeled for. And then, of course, the 50th video, collaborating with Hydrogun, that is something that I'm really, really proud of doing at this point because it was the first collaboration for the channel, happened right on the 50th. Really, really cool opportunity. Very excited how that whole thing panned out. 50 videos in, I was so excited when they reached out to me, so that was a lot of fun and a really cool way to end the first 50 video chapter of this channel. Couple quick goals that I want to try and do moving forward with this channel. Less dead time between videos. There's a couple gaps of like months at a time where I wasn't producing anything, and that's okay, but I would like to diminish those as much as possible, try and get more of a comfortable schedule going where it's not every week. I don't think I can manage weekly uploads at this point, but more often than once every 3 or 4 months I think is a very good goal to set for myself. I want to try and use some more practical videos too of more kind of physiotherapy skills. I love this setup that I have, but I think if I can incorporate some more clips of hands-on physio or techniques, I think that could be a really good fit for the channel moving forwards. And just playing with some bigger ideas in terms of maybe multi-step videos or bigger concepts now that I've got a bit of better grip on editing, tackle a few bigger ideas. I think just continue to try and grow, increase my creativity, challenge myself. That is my major goal with this. If I can just be a little more consistent and just start to challenge myself with projects, because I really enjoy doing this and I want to continue doing more of it, and hopefully you guys enjoy the new things that I will be creating for you. I want to make sure I express my gratitude to a lot of the people who have helped me along the way. That list extends beyond the people that I'm going to mention just now, but I want to make sure I at least talk about a few people. So thank you to everyone who has had a role in this channel. But first off, my brother Noah, I have to include here, huge thank you to him. He has been in multiple videos at this point, has some of the funniest clips I think on this channel that maybe didn't even get used in videos in a way they could have been, but just absolutely make me laugh to watch. A few times where he would just absolutely crack me up as we were filming something and I'm trying to play it straight or not laugh. Anyway, did you see the boss man today walking in here? Man had overalls on. What do you think this is? Oh no, shoot the wind, maybe double date and see if it turns out just right, you know what I'm saying? The red wine vinegar. I thought he was just gonna go for it. He's trying to. I mean, it's not gonna kill you. Love you. You're the best brother ever, and I'm very appreciative of the support that he has given me in terms of making this YouTube video, this YouTube channel just as a whole. Again, it was my birthday, I think 2 years ago, that he got me the microphone for this camera in the first place. So huge part of being one of the on-screen faces for this channel, but also in helpful behind the scenes and stuff like that. So thanks, Noah. I have to send a huge thank you, obviously, of course, to my parents who were supportive in me starting this channel. Again, they provided the camera to even begin this channel with in the first place as a Christmas gift a few years back. And then very recently, for this most recent birthday, the light as well. So thank you guys so much. I get such a sheepish child joy when I go and my mom will have comments on my YouTube videos and I get, you know, like that blushing, like, oh, stop it, Mom, but you're really happy about it. Really appreciate all the support that's happened, asking me about ideas for videos, providing me with ideas, just being engaged in it with me. So love you guys. Thank you so much for being a great support for me now, and I'm sure as you will be moving forward. So very fortunate. Thank you. I also want to call out Brendan, a friend named Brendan who was in the Christmas video. You're watching a physio named Jonah. That's this guy. And I'm a friend named Brendan. That's that guy. He came over and was a huge sport with some stupid ideas of mine, including sitting in summer clothes in the backyard in the winter, and provided some fun ideas as well for the making of. We got a fun little Tim Hortons run out of it. So thank you, Brendan, much appreciated. Maybe I'm gonna get you involved in some more videos in the future. I also want to call out Nick. Nick was one of my brother's friends growing up who reached out to me while we were living in Toronto and helped me make the intro. He did most of the intro for the Kevin Durant Achilles injury video, which was super cool because he's a much better video editor than I am. So thank you very much for helping me with that one, giving me some video editing tips. I appreciate all the guidance that I can get with this channel, so huge thank you to Nick. This is a big one. the biggest possible thank you to my incredible fiance Nicole. We're getting married next summer. Nicole is the best support I could ever ask for, both personally but also in making this. I want to mention this because obviously this is about my YouTube channel. This whole thing would not have started without Nicole. I've always had a lot of ideas and then been very hesitant or lacking confidence to put them into practice. Nicole was a huge support in me starting the channel in the first place and saying, you know, I think this is something you can do. You clearly seem to be excited about it. You seem to be enjoying learning about it. Like, you know, take that leap and go do it. And I cannot thank her enough for that. But well beyond that, she has been involved in essentially every facet of this channel to this point, from helping me learn how to edit, helping me learn how to make text overlays. It was actually her who taught me how to do the keynote edit and put it into the video. So none of that would have happened. I don't know what I would have done without her. I guess figured out eventually maybe, but she sped that process along significantly. She has written pretty much full videos for me. She has edited almost every video. She actually used to proof view every single video that I made before I would release it. She's been in front of the camera. She bounces ideas with me. Everything. Like this whole thing would not exist without my partner, the best partner in the whole world, who I am so fortunate to be able to marry next year.
All right, party's over. Stella needs her stuffed animals to go to bed.
All right, you heard the lady. Let's go. Let's go. We're all going out. A couple of the longer breaks in making these videos have been hard to come back from because it's a lot of effort to, you know, make these. It's a lot of editing, it's a lot of planning, thinking about it, and I don't think I would have come back to it because I'm pretty bad about just abandoning projects if it wasn't for Nicole's support and really just being that guiding force for me in terms of saying like, hey, you can do this, you can get back into it. You're telling me that you want to. I couldn't ask for a better support. And again, Nicole, I know you're watching this because Nicole is always the first viewer on all of my videos. When I put them out, she is view number one and usually the first little thumbs up mark on them. Thank you. So blessed and thankful to have you in my life. And a final thank you goes out to you, the person watching this. Obviously, I'm making YouTube videos and they are meant for people to be watching them and hopefully enjoying them, learning from them at home. So I've already had a lot of comments, people are reaching out, which is remarkably cool to me, that people are either enjoying learning, it's stimulating questions for them. It's so exciting for me to get to do this because again, if I think back a few years, I was very hesitant to even do this because I didn't know what kind of response I was going to get. People were going to be interested into it. So to be able to make these videos, have them viewed by people like yourself who then get in touch with me through the comments or let me know that they're enjoying the videos somehow else, that is so cool. So thank you to you guys. Again, I hope you're enjoying as I continue to produce different things. Hopefully they're interesting to you, but I'm gonna keep trying to make these videos better, make this channel the best it possibly can be to educate, entertain, and teach the world a little more about physiotherapy, right? That's what we're here for. So thank you guys. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed the channel so far, consider subscribing. That's always a huge help for me. It helps support the channel as it grows, lets me know that you're enjoying it, and hopefully it allows you to follow along with this channel as it continues to improve, as I keep adding new editing techniques and learning how to write better, plan better, all this kind of stuff. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the journey so far. I'm looking forward to the next 50 videos, but let's do the sign off, which I think I made at like the third, maybe in the second or third video. I was like, I need a sign off. Here we go. Most importantly though, guys, as always, move your body, have a laugh today, and I will see you at the next video. See you guys.